That's right, it's time for Fossil's Feed.
Hey everybody, Fossil here, and yes indeed we are, for a change, actually going to be in the kitchen. So it is Thanksgiving today, and many of you may be going, oh crap, I'm about to go somewhere, I have nothing to take, I don't know what to do. Well, I've got I'm not going to say quick, because it's not, it takes a little over an hour to do, but a very easy thing that you can do and become the hero to all your dinner mates, whether it be Thanksgiving, Christmas, or any other type of holiday or get-together. What I'm talking about is pecan pie, or pecan pie, depending on what part of the country you're from. So we're going to go on in the kitchen and do this. This is a very easy thing to whip together. If you're not a baker like me, I'm not a baker. I lack the accuracy or the precisions to do baking. But this is pretty much foolproof unless you burn it, and there's no reason that should happen. So go ahead, let's take a look at it and see what it takes to put this thing together. You're going to need a bowl to put all this stuff in. A lot of people make their own crust. I just basically buy this little 10-inch graham cracker crust. The ingredients are going to be 3 eggs right here, some butter. In fact, what we're going to do is 2 tablespoons of butter, and we're going to melt that out, so at the end of it you're going to have something beautiful like this. We're having a cup of sugar, and for me, I like to use the golden sugar. I don't know why, it's just one of those things. We have the vanilla. We're going to need a little bit of vanilla, and of course you're going to need pecans because it's pecan pie. I like to use both the broken pieces as well as halves, and then Karo syrup, either light or dark. I kind of like a mixture of the two. So there we go. So we're basically just going to put all that together in this bowl, and we'll go ahead and get started. So I'm going to go ahead and put the sugar in there. I'm going to go ahead and put the melted butter in, and we'll just start throwing stuff off to the side as we have to. This is a cool little deal, but I need to do a little modification on it right now. It does both dry and wet measurements. So I've already done the dry, so it's time to do the wet. So we're going to put basically 1 cup of Karo syrup in this thing. And this has never even been opened, so you get to watch me struggle. But this whole thing takes maybe 10 minutes to put together. And then you're going to bake it in a 360-degree oven for about an hour. But anyway, let's go ahead. Oh, look at all that syrupy goodness. I think I'm just going to use all dark this time. Last time I used all light, and it turned out just fine. So there we go. We're going to dump that in our bowl. Nothing more satisfying than that. And that comes out so slow. We'll just try to help that along just a little bit. But the thing is, I'm kind of like Rachel Ray in the fact that I'm not really a baker, because it normally takes accuracy. But I will say on this, not at all. Not at all. This is a very forgiving meal, or not meal, pie. So let's go ahead and get our eggs, actually one at a time, if you please. And it's better if you don't get a whole lot of shell in the egg, or in the bowl, or shell. Yeah, shell on the bowl. All right, so there's that. And probably the most important part is going to be this. Yuck! Is this vanilla, and they say 1 teaspoon, and if a little is good, a lot's better. Is maybe not necessarily a thing, but I do like my vanilla, so I'm probably going to just dop it in there a little bit. And then we're going to just put in our pecans after I get all this mixed up. So let's go ahead and get this thing going. It's kind of thick and gnarly. But again, and if you have a mixer, I guess you could do it with that. That would probably speed things up a lot, but I found you don't really need it. All you need is to make kind of a homogeneous mixture. All right, now on this part, I like to, you're gonna put in about 1 1/3 cups of pecans. I like to use, like I said before, both both the chopped pecans as well as the halves. The halves float, well, all of it floats to the surface and makes it just a beautiful little tight crust, if you will, on top of solid pecans. And the halves really make it look better. They definitely add a lot to it. So I'm probably going to overdo it a little bit. Again, the pie doesn't care. It's amazing. It's very, very forgiving. Very forgiving. We'll just mix all that in. Now the only thing left is our pie crust. We'll go ahead and get that plastic. Beautiful pie crust. You don't have to tell anybody if you don't want, and that's not yours. And we're just going to put all that in that. And again, don't worry about layering, because gravity and buoyancy and heat is going to take care of all of that. And if you notice that there's some holes in here, and you go, oh crap, there's some holes in there. Guess what? You can always get down on it. Throw some more pecans in. There is probably a point where you can put too many pecans. I don't know that I know what that point is. So we're just gonna go for broke. And you can get as anal as you want about trying to make this all nice and even. And that's it. You basically are going to put that in a 370-degree oven, and we're going to leave it there for about an hour and then check it. We want to make sure that it's 200 degrees in the center, and that will put us good to go. All right, so here we are at the oven. And something I like to do is put basically a cookie sheet inside the preheated oven, and then we're just going to put the pie right on top of that cookie sheet. That helps with that even flow of the cook. So let's see how that does. And actually, when putting it in there, it's very wet. So we're gonna kind of do a little redistribute again. Go for that prettiness. All right, there it is. There's the finished product, and it is I think beautiful. It is definitely going to be delicious. So give this a try. Again, if you want to impress your friends and make them think you're a baker without very much effort, this is the way to go. Happy Thanksgiving.